Tehran, January 11th, 2012, 8:17 a.m. The arteries of Iran's capital pulse with a frantic energy. 15 million souls are locked in the daily ritual, the rhythmic thrum of exhaust, the cacophony of horns, and the thousands of motorcycles that slice through the gridlock like shadows through a ribcage. Just another Wednesday. But for Mustafa Ahmadi Roshan, this morning carries a finality he cannot foresee. In the back of a silver Peugeot 405, he pores over documents. Roshan is the deputy for commercial affairs at the Natanz uranium enrichment facility. To his family, he is a father. To the state, he is a sanctions buster, the quiet architect of evasion who pierces international embargoes to feed the centrifuge's endless hunger for forbidden parts. 2 kilometers away, a lone motorcyclist threads through the chaos. Black helmet, leather jacket, indistinguishable from the swarm. Except this rider carries a payload of lethal geometry, a magnetic-shaped charge. It weighs less than a kilogram. It is designed not to explode outward in a chaotic blast, but to focus its energy inward, honing a molten jet at hypersonic speeds. It is a surgical instrument of war. In 12 minutes, their paths will collide. A metallic snap, a magnet locking onto steel, and then a silence that will be heard around the world.
Mustafa Ahmadi Roshan was no ordinary bureaucrat. At Natanz, buried deep beneath layers of concrete and political defiance, thousands of centrifuges whirred at supersonic speeds. They were inching uranium toward a threshold the West viewed as a red line. But machines starve without parts. Carbon fiber rotors, frequency converters, specialized bearings, all blacklisted, all illegal. Roshan was the lifeline. He operated in the gray market, building shadow networks and front companies to keep the cascades spinning. To his adversaries, he wasn't just a scientist, he was infrastructure, and he was being watched. He wasn't the first to fall in this invisible war. The pattern was already etched into Tehran's pavement. January 2010, Mossad Ali Mohammadi, killed by a bomb on a parked motorcycle. November 2010, Majid Shahriari, killed by a magnetic device clamped to his car door. July 2011, Dariush Rezai-Najad, gunned down by riders in broad daylight. The message was clear: join the nuclear program and death rides pillion.
Israel has never officially claimed these strikes. It never had to. The method whispered the authorship. Guided by the creed "never again," the Mossad viewed a nuclear-armed Iran as an existential fire on the horizon. But airstrikes on fortified bunkers risked a regional conflagration. Assassinations offered a cold, precise alternative: eliminate the brain trust, instill paralyzing fear, and delay the clock without triggering a full-scale war. Tehran is a hard target, a surveillance state with layered security. To operate here, the hunters had to become ghosts. This is blue-on-white tradecraft, the art of blending into a hostile population so perfectly that you vanish the moment the job is done. The weapon of choice was the magnetic-shaped charge, elegant, deniable, devastating within a 1-meter radius. It proved a chilling point. In the heart of your capital, on your busiest street, we decide who lives and who doesn't.
8:24 a.m. The Peugeot edges toward Gol Nabi Street, swallowed by the rush hour crawl. Roshan sits in the rear, likely checking his watch. At the wheel is his driver and bodyguard, Reza Gashgai. They are professional, cautious, yet unaware of the shadow that has been trailing them for 6 blocks. 8:27 a.m. The motorcycle surges forward. The rider's gloved hand slips inside his jacket, a rehearsed, fluid motion born of 1,000 dry runs. 8:29 a.m. Traffic slows near the intersection of Shariati. The bike glides alongside the rear passenger door. It is a matter of inches. The rider's arm extends. The device is released. Beat. Sound of a metallic clack. Narrator. The magnets bite the metal. The rider twists the throttle, vanishing into the sea of commuters without a backward glance. He is gone before the target even realizes he was touched. Inside the car, a faint sound. Roshan turns toward the door. The timer reaches 0. 8:30 a.m. There is no massive fireball, no spray of shrapnel into the sidewalk. The shaped charge focuses everything inward. A hypersonic jet of molten metal tears through the reinforced steel door like it's tissue paper. The rear compartment is instantly transformed, not by fire, but by physics. A localized inferno of overpressure and plasma. Mustafa Ahmadi Roshan dies instantly. Reza Gashgai, shielded partially by the front seat, is hit by the secondary shockwave and fragments. He is rushed to the hospital in a desperate attempt to save him, but his injuries are catastrophic. He will succumb to them shortly after. The Peugeot drifts to a halt against the curb. A single, precise, blackened hole marks the door. Smoke curls into the morning air. Then, the screams begin. Fury erupted. Massive crowds choked the streets for the funeral. Ayatollah Khamenei proclaimed Roshan a martyr of the revolution. Behind the scenes, panic took hold of the IRGC. How deep had the enemy penetrated? Mass arrests followed, along with televised confessions, but many intelligence analysts saw these as scapegoats. The real operatives had already melted back across the borders or into safe houses. Iran attempted to strike back, launching a series of mirror attacks on Israeli diplomats in India, Georgia, and Thailand. But the asymmetry was stark. In New Delhi, a bomb injured a diplomat's wife. In Bangkok, an operative accidentally blew off his own legs. The shadow war had a winner in this round, and it was the side with the superior tradecraft. Was Mustafa Ahmadi Roshan a civilian? International law is murky when it comes to government officials in dual-use nuclear programs. To his killers, he was a combatant in an undeclared war. These strikes bought the world time. They caused scientists to hesitate and programs to stumble. They worked in tandem with cyber sabotage, like the Stuxnet virus, to rot the program from within. But they also chipped away at global norms. When you normalize assassination on foreign soil, the precedent eventually returns to haunt the sender.
Today, the corner near Gol Nabi Street is ordinary again. The asphalt bears no scars. The silver Peugeot is gone, either scrapped or held in a quiet museum of the revolution. But the war never ended. It only evolved. In 2020, the program's architect, Mohsen Fakhrizadeh, was taken out not by a motorcycle, but by a satellite-guided robotic machine gun. The methods move from magnets to AI, but the goal remains the same. Mustafa Ahmadi Roshan left behind a wife and a young son. To his nation, he was a hero, building a future of energy and pride. To his enemies, he was a cog in a machine of total annihilation. In the Middle East's merciless arithmetic, both truths coexist. The street forgets nothing. It simply waits for the next rider, the next device, the next 3 seconds that will rewrite history.